All right, we are live. We are back. It's Cold Ones, number 11. Hence the song we just played. Oh my God.
Been a little bit, huh?
Yeah, I should probably pull up the stream so I could see if there's any comments going on here. If I could figure out how to do this. It has been a while.
Halloween,
Okay, I see it. Oh yeah, Halloween. That was the
which
last.
wasn't part of it.
Yeah, we're
but
not
yeah.
counting that as a number. It's like how there's Star Wars episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then there's like Rogue One and that Ewok movie we tried to watch
It's
that was horrible.
it's a leather Duchess story, right? Is that what it?
Yeah, there you
How
go.
you would say it?
It was just a one-off. So really, our last
Yeah.
episode was like June.
The Ewok. Oh, jeez, that was.
Anyway, this is Cold Ones, episode 11. If you read the title, it says, we are back. This is true. We are back. We'll get a little bit into everything. We got a lot to talk about today. But first and foremost, before we get started, the question I've been wanting to ask you for months now, Mark. What are you drinking?
Well, I am so glad you asked, because I even have some sound effects. We're getting fancy. I am drinking a Budweiser.
Nice. Good choice.
And this camera is just not working.
It's not. You have a webcam come. You just ordered one like 10 seconds ago, right?
10 seconds ago. This looks orange. It's not an orange flavored beer. It's just regular old, good old Budweiser.
Naturally, we've been talking about. Well, actually, we've been talking about doing this again for months. But when we really decided we were going to do this again was about 2 weeks ago, and naturally, nothing set up on time, so we were rushing and stressing out, getting everything, and I still started like 1 minute late, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be. But I'm drinking something special today.
Yeah, what do you have?
And the reason why is this is kind of a celebratory episode, and I wanted a very special drink. So
Okay.
I have I got Miller Lite.
Just the occasion.
Yeah. I also just realized yeah, it's fine. My video's backwards. I was gonna flip it, but maybe I'll do it later. Anyway, so here's to you. Here's to Cold Ones episode 11. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for stopping by, whoever's here.
Hope you're having a cold one as well.
Oh yeah, we got a lot to talk about. It's been a while since the last Cold Ones,
Lots have happened.
and I'm not exactly sure where to begin. What should we go over first?
Low, man. Well, what have we been? Let's do the what's been going on.
What's been going? Okay, well, let's think. Since Halloween,
October? Yeah. I don't think really much at the end of the year.
Well, okay, let's start with. I got a haircut finally. Here, I guess I could go. Here we go. I hadn't cut my hair in I think 3 years. Not even a
Whoa.
not even a trim. So I
Wow.
had no volume. Like I didn't sit in a haircut seat for 3 years, and I had a lot of dead hair. I had no volume anymore. It was like almost down to my crack. it got, and I'd like to say it was because of COVID, but COVID hasn't been here for 3 years yet.
Yeah.
It did
Not yet.
It did add to me not going later, but I don't know. I got busy. I had kids, and I just didn't really see a reason to for a while. But finally, it was just like getting so annoying. I couldn't do anything
Yeah.
with it. It was super flat, and I couldn't even
Yeah.
sleep because it was just like everywhere on my face. And then
Oh, I know.
I tried to do this thing where you like move it to the side
Yep.
and like sleep
then
over
lay.
here, but then I
yeah.
had like a big old ball here because it was just way too much, and I was like, I need to cut it now.
Yeah.
and-
Mine's I'm definitely overdue. Definitely overdue.
It looks good though. You just dyed it.
Oh man. So yeah, I dyed it yesterday because we got a photo shoot tomorrow, and so and we haven't done professional photos in a while. So I was like, well, I want to do something different. Whatever. We're all trying some new clothes, some new whatever. I was like, well, I haven't dyed my hair black in a long time. Let's do that, and I did it, and I was talking to my mom about it because my mom used to be a hairdresser and stuff, so she's really good about stuff like that. And I was like, okay, get some advice. She's like, yeah, just clip up 4 sections of your hair and this and all that and all that. I lasted about 20 seconds trying it the proper way, and I got so just angry that I just like shampoo style just like dipped the whole head in it, and like it was horrible.
I don't think that's the proper way to do it, but
It's not at all.
it looks good though. I mean, I haven't
Thanks.
seen it in person yet, but
My face isn't blue. That's all I'm happy. I'm just happy about that.
okay, so I'm not going to get into detail yet, but the thing we were trying to get to work earlier is definitely working. I don't think it looks great, but I just didn't have time to finish setting up, but we'll get to that in a second. Yeah, I haven't seen it in person yet, so I don't know if it's going to look blue or I guess we'll find out tomorrow. But yeah, the band is wrong screen. Here, I can't find my thing. Here we go. The band is back in action, moving forward. I think we have almost half an album finished.
Yeah.
And we're doing a whole weekend lockdown this weekend. We're starting with a photo shoot and then doing
Going straight to rehearsal. After that.
I think we're doing a solid 10 hours over 2 days or something like that. We might even do some couch writing, but we're hoping to get all the songs for the album laid out by the end of the weekend, and then obviously we'll have to tighten up and actually remember everything. But
yeah,
last time we did this is when we went to Vegas, and we got a lot done. So I'm hoping for getting a lot done this weekend too.
Yeah, I think it helps. We're all down here,
in
the same town, so it'll be cool. It'll be cool. Ready to get that out of the way.
Oh yeah, I know. It's been a long time coming. We have moved so slow recently.
Yeah,
and we definitely didn't take advantage of
no
being locked down. Well, I guess you didn't really have a lockdown. You're still working and stuff. But
it's so funny because I hear people talk about like that in interviews and stuff, and they're like, this was great for us. We took this time to whatever, and I'm just like, cool, man.
Yeah, that's really the smart thing to do, and that's what we should have done. But we did the let's not see each other for like, which I guess we also didn't know how serious it was or anything, so we were also kind of being safe.
Yeah,
which we mentioned on the first episode, which is how this whole cold ones thing kind of started. So hey, something came out of it. But yeah, we kind of just stopped for like 4 or 5 months, and then finally we're like, we need to do stuff. And because I remember like right before the lockdown, we were about to film that music video.
That's right. For Let Me Roam.
Yeah. And then it was like a week after we had our meeting and scouted locations and stuff. It was like, okay, I guess we're not doing that now.
Yeah.
And I don't know. We were talking about some other music videos and stuff coming up, hopefully. And we'll see what happens. I'm hoping to get an album out before the end of the year.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Other updates. I don't remember how much we talked about or where the band was exactly during Halloween time. I don't even know if we talked about the band much. But in case it wasn't mentioned, Luca has left the band.
Oh, yeah.
He moved to the promised land in Texas.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, I think you and me just rubbed off on him. We talked about moving there so much.
I know.
And he just got so annoyed. He's like, you guys talk about it all the time. I'm just going to do it.
I wasn't upset about him leaving the band. I was upset because he left and I didn't.
Yeah, because he went to Texas before we...
Yeah.
We've been talking about it for like 2 or 3 years. And he went there once for a weekend and decided that's the place for him.
This is where I belong.
Which
it'll do that to you.
Yeah, which I can't judge too hard because I've been wanting to move there before I've even been there. And I only been there a weekend as well, and I still want to move there, so I can't say much. But it's just kind of funny because like it wasn't anything that he was ever like I want to do this.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, like one day, he's like, I'm gonna move to Texas, and we're like, oh, okay, I guess this is it. But we did get back.
Oh yeah.
We did get back our first. Depending on where you start the timeline, we got back our first bass player, Colton.
Yep. He was the original guy, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, so
he's the original guy.
So all those old episodes of Cold Ones where we're talking about timelines and band members, and we didn't know what we were talking about and who was who. Just ignore all that. Pretend it never happened.
We're retconning the entire.
Yeah, basically, we haven't changed our lineup at all. We just lost a second guitar player, and that's it.
Yep. Back to it's basically like if Storm left the band, and that's where we're at.
And now we're moving forward.
Yep.
And I couldn't
Storm
be happier.
Come back.
Yeah.
Storm come back. I need another guitar player.
I'm sure he'll play with us if we're ever around there. We can have a Storm reunion.
There you go.
The original 5.
That's cool. Yeah. So that ended the year. Beginning of the year. What really happened? Well, March. Anything before March? I don't think. Probably not.
I don't know. Not a lot happened, to be honest.
Not really.
Like I said, we didn't do anything for a few months, and then
I think after my birthday weekend, that's when we all kicked back into gear, because that was the first, and we'll obviously get to that, but like we hadn't been really spending time as a band together.
Yeah, well, the first like big thing was the Vegas thing. So
yeah, oh, that's right. Yeah.
So because we had a few rehearsals here, and I think part of it too is because I feel like when we practice here, we don't get a lot done. We just kind of
not really.
There's a lot of talking, a lot of downtime, a lot of just kind of like I think because it's that thing of like when you're in a familiar place, you're not like, and we're not paying for our time here, so it's just like very relaxed and we don't always get that much done. Sometimes we get a few things, but so Colton right now lives in Vegas, and so he's always driving out here. And like I said, we had a few practices, but there was one weekend where we just decided, let's go to him and we'll stay for the weekend, and we'll get a studio for the weekend and just go for it. And we got so much done that weekend.
Yeah.
And like Mark went out a little bit and did some gambling and drinking and stuff, but I strictly like it wasn't even like I was in Vegas for me. Like we went to rehearsal. I think we booked it for 5 or 6 hours. I don't even remember. 5 or 6 hours a day or something. And I basically went to rehearsal. We went after our 5-hour rehearsal. We went to the hotel room, worked on one of the songs for another like hour or two.
I still have a voice recording on my phone of us just sitting in the hotel room, and it goes on and on and on and on and on. Just like you can just hear us talking, like, "Oh, let's move this part, this part." You know, it's like it was literally like music the whole time. The only time I didn't, I think, is when me and your brother went downstairs to like try a slot or something.
You had some of that Blue Label.
Your brother got some Blue Label, a round of Blue Label. That was wow.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a very productive weekend. I think that was the first thing. I don't want to say that kicked us into gear because there was still a lot of downtime between then and now. But that was definitely the first time we were finally back at like
and working towards the record.
Yeah, and it was a great feeling. To be honest,
it was. It actually like exhausting for sure. And I hadn't felt that tired from playing music in a long time.
Mm-hmm. Because even pre-pandemic, like we kind of slowed down a lot after I don't even know after what, but there wasn't a lot going on. But finally, I think everyone was just like, okay, let's start doing.
This is getting ridiculous. Yeah.
So we did that in Vegas for that weekend, and then what were you saying? Your birthday weekend kicked it off?
I think.
Oh yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
not kicked it off.
We'll get
but,
to yeah.
yeah.
Okay, we'll
It's
get
a
to
whole
that.
nother conversation.
But yeah, and then so now this weekend, Colton's coming out here again, and he's staying for the weekend out here, and then we're booking a studio and hopefully getting a lot done. But something else that is new is you might notice my background's completely different,
Oh,
and a lot of the layout on my wall now doesn't really make sense because it was kind of like framed. I had that like huge thing back there, and all my pictures like framed around it, and now they're just kind of like randomly in places that don't make sense. But that's gone. I got myself a sweet futon.
that thing is really cool.
It's very comfy and it reclines and it's amazing.
I wanted one back here.
Mark has a different background as well. His monster posters aren't there.
It's a different room entirely.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I got the drums over here. I got the guitars over there. No bad.
You're in Luca's room.
Luca's older. Yeah.
And I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. That's it. No, I'm just kidding.
Y'all have a good weekend.
Yeah. Unless you have anything else to add, I guess we could get to
Topic 1, I guess.
yeah, we can get to the birthday party.
Yeah, why not? All right.
So March 5th,
March 5th
2021.
and March 6th. No. March 4th and March 5th.
Whatever, that weekend. So Mark's birthday was coming up, and by the way, if anyone has any questions or comments or anything, feel free to leave a comment and we will address it if we see it, which we should because I have the comments up. But yeah, so Mark's birthday was coming up, and I kind of wanted to do something. I didn't know what. I had a slight idea because we're big fans of the show It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and
Huge fans. Huge fans.
And of course we love Charlie Kelly / Charlie Day, and we always kind of talk about, we like singing his songs and stuff, and we talk about some stuff like dressing up like him for Halloween and whatever. And
The 5 Charlies.
Yeah,
4 Charlies has to happen.
Hopefully this year we'll make it happen.
Yes.
But so we were talking for a while, and a few months ago I was like, for your next birthday, I'm gonna learn all of Charlie's songs on the show and perform them all for your birthday. And that's kind of just what I was thinking of doing. But then after I was like, I don't know, because then his birthday was coming up and I didn't learn them, and I was also thinking, I think he's gonna expect that just because I told him I was gonna do it, and I was like, I should probably throw him a curveball. And I wanted to do something cool, especially after the whole Aerosmith thing, that how you got us to the front row and all that stuff. So I was like, I got to do something cool for his birthday. So I was like, what could I do? And I came up with the brilliant idea of making Charlie McDennis into a real game, which if you haven't,
you just have to watch it.
Yeah, if you don't know what Charlie McDennis is, I believe it's season 7, episode 7.
Nice.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's the game of games. It is complete and utter chaos and nonsense. Yeah, it's
as can be.
It's a game that should never be played. Basically.
No, it shouldn't.
And so I went out and found like pieces and things to try to like recreate it, because I had like this big chest box thing that thankfully I already had, because that probably would have been expensive, but I tried to recreate it as close as I can to the actual TV show. And so even like the small details, like the box has nothing to do with the game, but when they first are bringing out all the things for the game, like they pull out this big old chest. So I was like, well, I gotta get and I was like, literally, I watched the episode like 12 times looking for small details, like writing stuff. I need that. And
dude, I was shocked at like how like spot on it was with everything. Like, and this is adapting a fictional thing into real life. Like that was pretty not the I word, pretty great.
It was cool.
It was cool.
There was some stuff I wasn't able to get, but I am eventually going to make a version 2 which I'll get to in a second also, and I'll try to get some of the other stuff I need. Like one of the things is they have a timer, which is kind of like I think it's a chess timer basically.
Yeah.
That one I couldn't find and couldn't get, and if I ordered it online, it would have took too long to get here. So I was like, whatever. I spent enough money on this. I'll get it next time. But so I went to Home Depot. They have a game board, which is basically just a big plank of wood, and just level 1, level 2, level 3. Like a lot of the stuff that I made is just aesthetic because you really don't need it to play the game. Like the board, you don't need to play the game. You get these cards and you do what the cards say, and you just keep them for points, and you could just keep track. Like, okay, I have 5 cards, I'm on level 2, but you got to make it look good. So I went to Home Depot, got that. I got some wood paint and some green felt, and like put the whole thing on, and I went to Michael's and got these boxes and because there's the 3 levels, and then I like carved into it the wording and painted it and put the index cards in there and all that. And I took all the stops. If you watch the episode, I took all the stops. I got all the songs we needed. I got all the.
Well, it's crazy, like because I was noticing things throughout the night that I didn't notice at the beginning. Like everything. Just I started noticing randomly. Like I remember one time I left the table to go to the bathroom. I came back out and I looked in the living room and there's a dog cage. I was like, oh my God, you even have the dog cage, which anybody listening that hasn't watched the episode, it sounds nuts. Well, it is, but like, it just...
Go to jail. That's jail. Go to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect 200. Unfortunately, no one drew that card, but
I know.
Basically, so there's a line in the show where when they're explaining the rules, and they say they're talking about like there's body, mind, all those cards, and then there's chance. Like, okay, this one we stole directly from Monopoly, and they're like some of them are Monopoly cards, and so one of them is go directly to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. And if you draw that card, you lock yourself in a dog kennel, and in order to get out, you have to eat the ingredients of a cake. And
the ingredients, not a cake.
So here's the thing. When I was working on this and putting it together, I was trying. At first, I was just thinking like, I was like, okay, let me just make some cards and see what I could come up with in it. And I kind of had some stuff, and some I thought were kind of cool ideas, and some were pretty fun. I like the standoff one. That was fun. Where you stand back to back, you take 6 paces, and then you have a beer in your pocket, and you go, draw, and you got to open it, chug it. Whoever finishes, you got to finish first, and then you got to throw it and hit the other person. Like that one had nothing to do with the show, but actually, no, it did. Never mind. It was I tied it to the episode when Charlie's talking about bird law, and then he challenges the lawyer for the duel. Yeah.
So you were reaching into other episodes. Just to kind of
I'll get to that part in a second. So
wow.
So, but at first I was just trying to think of like some fun challenges like that. Like what would be some good cards? Because the first round is trivia and artistry. So it's mostly just trivia questions, which most of them are opinion based, and which that was kind of hard to think of because I was like, if I write them all. And they're all opinion based. It's only going to be stuff I know, and I'm going to know all the answers. So
you're going to be like, Motley Crue is the greatest band that has ever been. It's like,
well, I did make a card that said who's the greatest band ever, but I didn't write Motley Crue for the answer. Do you know who I did write for the answer?
No.
Oh, you don't know? So you would have got it wrong. Chumbawamba.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So anyway, so I started looking online at like homemade Charlie McDennis and DIY and all that stuff. And I was looking at all these, like, some of them had some decent ideas, but I was looking at all these different versions and different rules and stuff. And they're all talking about like, well, obviously this is a game that it has to be
unplayable.
Yeah, like has to be dumbed down and all. And it's all just like kind of boring.
I've seen some after that weekend. I watched a few people like actually turn it into a real game, and it's not the same game. Like they totally like just bring it down to nothing.
Yeah, a
Like,
lot of them almost make it like a family game.
yeah, exactly.
There's one where it's like so on the show there's a card that there's a card that just says put the pieces of this bottle back together, and they're like, what bottle? And then they just grab bottles like this bottle and just throws it against the wall and smashes it, and then you have to like glue the pieces back together, and then fill it up with beer, and it has to not leak out, and you have to be able to drink out of it, like. And then so the way a lot of people, or one of the ideas I saw online was, instead of that is you just get a shirt and cut it up into like 10 pieces, and then basically you just have to put a shirt together. And I was like, that's kind of weak. So what I did, I was like, all right, in order to go to the next level, because every time, like, all these things I'm reading were just annoying me. I was like, this is not, like, if you watch the show and you know the characters, it's kind of the nature of the game to just
be absurd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I want this to be as like close to real as possible, like as if we're one of the gang. Like, what is all the stupid stuff they would do? So I was like, you know what? I am not going to hold back in this at all. So what I did was I started episode 1, season 1. And I watched every single episode until I think season 8, which is why I want to do part 2, because there's more 15 seasons. I think they're working on 16. So I basically went through half the show.
Wow.
So the first half of the show is Charlie McDennis 1. The second half of the show is going to be Charlie McDennis 2, Electric Boogaloo, which is actually an episode in the second half of this episodes I haven't watched yet. But I mean, I've watched them before, but not while making the game. I went in every single episode, and I tried to grab at least one thing from each episode that could relate to the cards. And I know how much you like your details and data and facts, and I have a list here. Because I was like, I know at some point Mark's going to want to know like what card ties to what. So when I was making it, I wrote every single one down. Look at this.
Michael Heon is watching. Zach Lee is watching. Hey, what's going on?
I know
guys?
You can't really read it, but it's S1E1, season 1, episode 1. And then this is the cards and what they tie to, and what in the episode ties to. There's episode 2, episode 3, and it goes on for all the cards I made.
What? Dude, that is insane.
Yeah. So first of all, I took all of the ones from the actual episode, which I think 95% of people playing this game would never do. Like I even added the one where you have to put your hand on the dartboard, and I drew it the same way too. I drew the skull and everything. And
could we, before we move on past this, of course we still do have to talk, obviously we're going to talk about some of the challenges and what, but I really want to talk about the dodgeball to the face.
Okay, so I'll let you talk about it, but to tie it to the episode.
Well, no, I would need your side of it, not mine. I just thought it was hilarious.
Well, I'll lead up to it, and you could explain what happened. So this one I got from the episode when what is it? I don't remember exactly what's happening, but I think the gang's trying to make like a viral video for patties, and then Frank makes the virus video.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And then so Dee is like doing her own thing, because obviously they never include her, and she's trying to do like her funny characters or whatever.
Oh god.
And so she's interviewing people as Martina Martinez.
Yeah.
And first it starts when she does the Patty girl.
Yeah.
And she's like doing this stupid character, and Charlie's supposed to be helping her out, and he just like thinks it's lame. So he just like picks up a ball and just like throws it in her face. And then she's like, "Oh, what the heck?" What?
I just realized, because I didn't know that's what you were doing. I didn't know you were going to different episodes. I thought like the ones that deviated from the actual episode of Charlie McDennis, I thought you just came up with. But now that you say that, wow, that's where that comes from. I thought you just didn't want to throw a dart through my hand. But which is crazy for me to think that, because I bet you would.
Oh yeah. So actually, I was going to volunteer to do it because I didn't think anyone else would do it. I would.
Unfortunately, I would. Like, I would unfortunately do it.
I think you would have been excited to do it just because you would have been just so excited that I actually put it in the game.
That you actually, I'd be like, well, I guess we got it. I mean, I guess we got to do it. I just hope that you're not good at darts.
And yeah, I was gonna say, and I think. Well, actually, I'm not the one that throws it. The other team has to throw them.
Or yeah.
But yeah,
so the dodgeball thing, I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't even think of that at all. That episode, but
yeah, so
I thought it was just a variation.
I took two dodgeball things. One was the one that we did that you're about to mention, and so I got it from that. But I also did one for a public humiliation, which is if you remember later when she's Martina Martinez, and she's interviewing some construction workers, and then they're like, "Let's do that again, but don't hit me in the face because I'll be expecting it. Throw it at the other people." So the public humiliation one is, so like if we drew the card, one of us we'd have to go out and interview somebody about something the other team chooses, and then the other player would dress up as Green Man. Well, it has to be the other team, but they'll dress up as Green Man, run up to us, and then throw the ball in the interviewer's face. Or if they're feeling saucy, they could throw it in the face of the person you're interviewing and then run away. And if they do that, they steal the card. Because that's originally what he was supposed to do, is throw it in their face, but he got scared.
It's a very interactive game.
It is. It's kind of complicated, but it's also very fun.
Normally I'm really bad at like card games, and like it takes me a long time to. I'm a slow learner. But this one it was so entertaining that like it didn't matter. You just kept going. It was the best. But that flinching one, that one made me cringe. Just mostly.
Which one?
Oh god.
Oh, you mean the dodgeball?
The dodgeball one, dude. That one made me cringe for many reasons. One, because I'm glad y'all are okay now.
So what happened?
Oh god. So who would it be? Somebody, was it that Kat drew the card?
Yeah, Kat drew the card.
Yeah, how does it go? That like I can't remember the card.
So she drew a card that said, basically it just said the opposing team gets to throw a dodgeball in your face 3 times, no flinching.
Oh yeah, because y'all weren't on teams.
No, I was on your team.
It was me and you and her and Justice?
Yeah, and my brother.
Okay. And your brother was on who? So
Well,
that's an odd number.
Them. Yeah.
He was with. Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so she drew the card, so she had to get a ball to the face. Then we had to decide who's throwing it. And it was supposed to be you, but you...
Oh, that's right.
You didn't want to do it. You were like, standing there like this, and you're just like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
No, there was no way.
And so she started getting mad. She started getting mad because
she's competitive.
She's very competitive. So she's like, "No, that's what the card says. Let's play the game." And Mark was just, and I was like, "Are you really gonna make me?" In case you don't know, Kat's my wife. So I'm like, "You're really gonna make me do this, Mark?" And he couldn't do it. So
that alone just made this so much funnier for whoever is watching that didn't know that.
So, admittedly, I didn't throw it as hard as I could because I couldn't do that. But if it was someone else, maybe I would have. But
dude,
I also didn't like hold back really. Like I didn't just like. I gave it a decent amount of speed.
Yeah, there was a little bit of bass on the thump.
Oh yeah, and I got to give props to her too. She did not move at all.
Oh, she didn't flinch at all.
She just stood there like with her hands behind her back, like you know when you do like police training or whatever, and you stand against the wall,
the pepper spray or whatever.
I think when they tase you or shoot you with a beat bag or whatever it is. Yeah, she was just like standing there like this, just like. The only flinching was the bounce back from the ball. Just and I did miss once, like grazed her, but I counted it because that wasn't her fault. So I was like, all right. But yeah, I hit her square in the face twice. Yeah. And
now, ever since then, that's how y'all settle arguments.
Yeah. If you disagree with something, just
get against the wall. Get against the wall. But one thing we skipped over was the the beginning, how you start that is something I can't believe we forgot, because that is something I am still see right there. That is something I'm still dealing with. How many months later?
Well, that was March, so what is it? It's actually only been a month, believe it or not, or I guess almost 2 months.
Oh, feels longer than that.
I know it does.
Yeah. So
by the way,
2 months.
I think we need to play again if anyone wants to challenge us. Team of 2 or 3.
If this sounds interesting to you,
yeah.
I am still paying for this beginning part. If you want to,
No, you can do it. I've talked plenty.
Okay. Well, so this game is obviously very barbaric.
That's Wizard's Chess.
That's Wizard's Chess. Well, such a barbaric game, you want to start off civil, because it can get pretty heated. It can get pretty crazy and wild. You can start throwing dodgeballs at people.
Mm-hmm.
You can start throwing darts at people's hands and all that. So the way it started is we put on, and I don't know if there's a specific song or nothing, but
there is, yeah.
How would you say it's like classical music?
Yeah. I'll tell you the name right. I have it written down. I mean, you continue, and I'll tell you when I find it.
So we get on like the speakers playing this classical music playing. It's very nice, and we have wine. Everybody has a glass of wine, and you're just going around toasting everybody.
All right, I got it. It's the ritual of sportsmanship, and it's a high class, fancy 1-minute pre-game wine and cheese reception, where the song Schubert Moment Musico number 3 in F minor must be played.
It felt like F minor.
It's to give the illusion of respect for their opponent before things get crazy.
Illusion.
Yeah. Anyway, continue.
So all this classical music playing, we're drinking wine, we're toasting, and have a good game, sir. Whatever.
You gotta speak in like a posh accent.
Oh, that's right.
You gotta be like, good game to you, sir.
Good game. And
good luck.
And then it stops, right? Or is it a timer? It just stops.
It's supposed to be on a time. We kind of we didn't follow the rules
too well. We went go.
Not everyone was paying attention, but yeah, I just kind of looped it until we were ready.
We were ready.
I was like,
okay.
All right, let's go. But it's supposed to be like 30 seconds or something.
And so as soon as it stops, you shift gears completely and just throw your wine glass on the ground.
You gotta chug it first.
Smash your glass on the ground and just start war dancing. Basically, it's a sight.
It's the Maori war dance.
Yeah, and I remember you asked me, because at this point I still didn't know that you went full blown. I always thought it was going to be a variation of or whatever. But I remember before we started, you were like, how much do you like your clean floor? And I was like, well, I mean, I just cleaned it today. I did a pretty good job. Why do you ask? You're like, are you okay if it gets messy? And I'm thinking, yeah, I mean, we're having a little get together. It's going to get messy.
Just thinking like a little spilled beer.
Yeah. That is not what happened. Because you're like, all right, so we're doing from the show. I was like, oh God,
yeah.
okay.
Well, okay.
Right.
Yeah, even before that. So, because before we started, I gave a disclaimer / warning, because you mentioned, because I kind of told you, even though you were pretty drunk, but I think I told you again when because you were in Vegas that one time. I pretty much told you that I was bringing it or what I did, but you didn't know exactly like what I meant. But I was like, I made Charlie McDennis. But so when I was on my way there, when I got there, you're like, me and Justice just watched the episode all the way through, and I was like, good. So I know everyone in this room.
That's right.
I know everyone in this room who's about to play has seen the episode, so they know what to expect. So I was like, all right, before we start. I just want everyone. I want to make sure everyone wants to play. I want you to know I didn't hold back at all on anything.
Well, she remembered what you said, but I didn't. My memory sucks regardless of whatever. I was like, what was it that he was saying or whatever? And she's like, well, it was the game, I think. We weren't sure. So I still wasn't sure if you were. I was like, well, just in case, let's watch the show.
Yeah.
And watch. It's just like, there's no way.
Yeah, and going back to how I said I made like all the stuff, like even the stuff that's not really necessary, just for aesthetic purposes. I even made the like when they're explaining the rules, because everyone in the show knows how to play except Frank. He's the new guy who's never played before. So they explain to him how to play, and they have like this big old poster board thing where they draw like diagrams and stuff. And one of them's literally just the game board, which you have physically. It's just a picture of the game board, but I drew that.
Oh yeah.
And then I drew the other picture. I forgot what the other one was. Oh, I think it's just the title, Charlie McDennis, The Game of Games. And it's like both of those pages are super unnecessary, but I went out of my way to get the huge paper. I drew it all nice. I got like a canvas to stand it up on. Like I didn't use it at all. I just had it sitting there. But
what's great also is we forgot we all have what do they call them, avatars?
Oh yeah,
characters,
game pieces.
Dude, I thought you were genuinely just buying me a Star Wars toy for my birthday, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna try to sound cool, I was actually excited. I was like pretty pumped. I was like, dude, it's General Akbar. That is awesome. Like I like nerdy little figures. Like right there, I got all my stuff there. Like I love that stuff. So like you're like, you didn't give me context. You're just like, here's the bot.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, so when I got to his house, I had all the game stuff in my car still. I only came up with General Akbar. So I was like, hey, I got you a gift. I hope you like it.
Which that's kind of a rare toy, man.
It was the only one I could find of the, like everything else was just like typical whatever.
Every
and I was like,
true Star Wars fan wants Akbar.
Yeah, so I was like, I hope you like it. And I left it at that. I didn't say anything else for a while. And he was excited. He put it down somewhere. We were just, we were hanging out for a while. We were drinking. We played this other game. And then after I told him, go in the bathroom, I got to set up your real gift now. And so he went and I set everything up. And then he came out and obviously he saw like the Charlie McDennis stuff. And I was like, you better make sure we don't lose. Otherwise they're going to smash your new your new Star Wars toy. So, oh yeah. Cause
I'm going to smash your toys.
In case you haven't seen the episode, the winners get to smash the losers' game pieces. So.
And that's literally like all this debaucherous, just horrible, like just all this horrible stuff going on. All is just, if you win, you get to just smash their pieces. That's it. Like that's the hilarious part about it.
And I have to say, I'm sure it's gratifying if you win. We lost, but I have to say, I was kind of sad, even though I just bought the toys like that day. I was like, I got myself a Riddler toy, and you had General Akbar, and I was just like,
those were cool.
Yours, at least, they didn't break. They're, like some pieces came
off.
The
head fell off.
I know, but it's like one of those things that could come off and come. Oh. Like I was able to put it back together. Mine, it like pieces cracked. On it? Yeah, it looks like he's wearing a diaper. His legs came off. His like arm got all jacked up. I had to like put a bunch of duct tape to put it together. And
part of me though is jealous that
one of his legs is shorter than the other. Because it like snaps. So the way I put it together is shorter than the other one now.
Part of me is like, yours looks cooler because it's more like the game. Like you have tape around yours, like it. But we couldn't find the head of General Akbar until like we were about to leave the next day, which kind of leads into that. But like, oh my god, just to wrap that up though, like I'm still picking up glass today.
It was so much fun. We definitely need to do it again. We didn't really play it right last time, but it was a lot of fun though.
It was amazing. Do you want to give a little, just short little 30-second recap of the Highland Gardens? I mean, just an overview or whatever, because I feel like this is a good segue.
Well, before we get into that,
okay.
Do you still have the Gravedigger photo?
I do.
So this one, the idea was taken from the episode when Dee's supposed to be an extra in a movie, and then Dennis starts writing a show, and then Mac and Charlie are trying to write their own show, and they end up coming up with like this weird idea about Dolph Lundgren, I think it is is a a superhero, but his face is a nose, and he could smell crime. So, I kind of got the idea of like make like each team has to try to make the best kind of movie poster idea they could, and basically like everyone votes on who's they think is the funniest or the best or whatever. So me and Mark made one, and he kind of sold us out. I thought ours was better than the other team, but he, for some reason, because we were kind of out of time, for some reason he voted for the other team. But I thought ours was brilliant, and we definitely should have won the card. We basically came up with this idea of a superhero. His name's Gravedicker.
Mom, I didn't come up with that.
And he digs graves with a shovel. His penis is the shape of a shovel. It got ripped in half because people got mad. It's not really supposed to be censored, but that's what happened. So he digs graves with his shovel penis, looking for buried treasure.
There's your thumbnail right there.
And he wears the executioner's mask. And I thought it was a brilliant idea. Anyway, yeah. So to lead into the next subject. Your game piece got smashed. Well, it
Destroyed.
fell apart.
No.
Yeah, we couldn't find the head until we were leaving.
Well, because the kitchen was, like, it was demolished. So there was no way you were going to find it right away.
Yeah, there was stuff everywhere. And it wasn't until we were all getting ready to leave. So we cleaned up a little bit and packed up all the game stuff and put it all in the box. And then at like the last second when we're about to leave, someone just found the head.
I think I found it under like a table.
And we threw it in the box, and that's because we were on our way to... Oh, you were supposed to say it. We were on our way to...
the Highland Gardens Hotel.
Room 227!
Callback.
You're so stupid. Yeah,
if
so...
anybody followed this Cold Ones, my hair's going nuts.
Or just or just our band in general.
Or just the band.
From the beginning.
Yeah. Ow.
Yeah, the early days. The early Cold Ones, we talked about Highland Gardens a little bit. We didn't get into too much detail. And then the early days in the band, obviously, we were there. So
yeah.
That was kind of Mark's birthday gift to himself.
Yeah. So that I remember me and Tyler were we went and got some barbecue, and we were just kind of talking about like just band stuff or whatever, and I talked about like, yeah, we're talking about doing something for my birthday or whatever, probably just hang out at the apartment or whatever.
Just hang out.
Just hang out. Yeah. Little did I know. And then he made a joke, not a joke, but one of those little like not very serious things. He was like, yeah, something, if only we could get the Highland Gardens. And I was like, well, why couldn't we? And so literally right after he said that, I called the front desk of the Highland Gardens. I was like, hey, we're looking for a room for whatever date. Do you do specific rooms? Could we request a room? He's like, yeah, what room? And I was like, 227. I was like, I'm sure it's taken, but I figured and I was telling him that I was like, I'm sure it's taken because it's used to be a monthly thing. Like you had to rent it per month.
Was it really though, or did they just do that because you guys were staying there forever?
I was told that it was monthly because it's like an apartment. But I think people just stayed there for that long.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he got back on the phone. He's like, it's available. And I was like, no way. So I didn't even think about it. I was just like, book it. Just done. Book it. Like,
didn't ask for the price.
I didn't even know how much it was.
Put it on Frank's credit card.
Put it on the Boggs account. And so I just like book it. We'll figure it out if everyone can make it. If not, we'll cancel or whatever. But it was so random, but it was amazing. And we haven't stepped foot in that place since August of 2014. So it's been a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is quite great.
Yeah, it was awesome to go back there all together. But man, was it different in there. It was kind of sad, like, but it
And
was.
I thought I was bad with change, but you
Oh, no,
might be worse than
I'm
you are worse
worse.
than I am with change.
I'm so bad with change, if you know what I mean.
I can't count change at all. No.
I'm very bad with change.
Yeah. Listen to that bass. Oh.
It was kind of sad though, because like it could hardly recognize the place.
On the inside.
Yeah, on the inside, like the bedroom they extended, they added another bed, they got rid of all the
Faced
carpet.
it the wrong way.
Yeah, they faced it the wrong way. They got rid
The
of
wrong way.
all the carpet. They tore down the wall, like it was Berlin or something. They remodeled the bathroom as if they didn't want like all the hairspray and stank in there still.
Crazy.
I forgot what I was gonna say, trying to describe it, but
Well, I remember
sorry. I remember. It was kind of sad though, because like it looked like they tried to make it fancy, but it was kind of like Hollywood fancy, like kind of
that like IKEA fancy.
Yeah,
A
like
little bit.
I don't really know how to explain it, but
It just, you can tell it's cheap stuff.
the only thing that looked nice about what they changed was I liked the I don't know if I liked it, but the cupboards, how they had like the overhead lighting thing and kind of like shined on all this stuff. Like that kind of looked, I guess, upscale.
You would like it if it wasn't our old apartment.
Yeah, probably. But it was like, let me put it this way. Like, yes, it was definitely a step up from what it was when we lived there. But like they had these
They didn't paint the walls. They didn't do nothing.
they had like these weird leather chairs for the table. And as soon as some, I forgot who, but someone sat down in the chair, the leg fell off.
Okay.
And then it like fell over, and then I sat in one and it was like super wobbly.
Same thing, yeah.
It was pretty bad. The only thing that looked the same obviously was the outside balcony and the pool area, which uncoincidentally I think at least me and Mark spent about 95% of our time on the balcony.
Yeah. The balcony was like, it was funny because like I remember whenever we first walked in, of course, like I'm pretty bad with change. I hate change. Any kind of change, I hate it. But I think you definitely have that worse than I do because when we opened the door, I opened the door and we looked in, I actually did have the nostalgia feel for it. Like I immediately seen it.
I couldn't recognize it.
Yeah, no, I still seen it, but like it was a letdown. But obviously, they had to change that. I mean, we destroyed that place.
I think the biggest thing for me was getting rid of the carpet. I don't know why that was like.
Really?
I don't mean specifically, like, I don't mean they had to keep the carpet that was there, but just the fact that it was all tile.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if it was a new carpet, I think it would have been I would have been a little more like, okay, yeah, I get that. Yeah. But
no, so, yeah, walking in, I was like, okay, wow, stepping back in time a little bit, kind of. But then it started sitting and I'm like, oh, this is different, whatever. The wall's not there anymore and all that, and but I could still see like if I could.
Yeah,
you still felt it, and but what you were getting at when we stepped out onto the balcony.
Yeah, that took me back.
That did it. I was like, oh my god, we're back here. Mm-hmm. Like we're here. Wow. Yeah, it was crazy just sitting there in the same chairs too. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you noticed that they were the same chairs. Yeah,
I think. I mean, part of the reason, obviously, for me, I spent a lot of time outside was because that's the only thing that looked familiar. But I think also we just spent a lot of time out there back then, too. Like, obviously, when we're partying and stuff and there's people there, like, we're inside. But a lot of the after parties and after shows or whatever, it'd be like you, me, and Storm just out back drinking some beer, just looking at the pool and
Yep.
hanging out. So
I remember like it took me back to like times like that, mornings whenever like everybody watching. Don't let Tyler fool you. He was a little bit of a hoodlum too at points. All right.
once upon a time.
Once upon a time, like I remember we used to stand out there and like in the mornings he'd be eating like a watermelon out of the watermelon, like just as a bowl, be eating it and he'd be done and he would announce, "I'm done." Right into the pool off the balcony. But we used to do that stuff at night just for fun, like who can throw the chair the furthest, stuff like that, all kinds of stuff like that. So like we spent, like you said, a lot of time out on the balcony.
We actually do have a video, I think on the Facebook page, that is us at the Highland Gardens.
Oh, this most recent.
Yeah, the recent one,
Yeah.
and I think we had like a little 1 minute.
It is on Facebook.
We had a little 1 minute skit in there, and then at the end we have before and after pictures.
Oh
where we recreated pictures from 2014 and then 2021.
Is that video not just crazy?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to see the then and now, look up that. I think it's one of our most recent videos. I think there's like one or two after that, but
It's funny because that song that Tyler put on there, that is it not Trace Atkins, is it Tim McGraw? I don't know. It's a country song, and he put it on there as a joke. He thought it'd be funny, but then after he posted it and everything, he's like, "Man, that's not funny at all. That's sad."
Oh man. But no, it was cool, and surprisingly, looking back at Highland Gardens originally, and then all the things that happened back then, and then going back there now, it was more tame than the night before.
Yeah.
And I kind of thought about, oh, I don't know why I did that. I kind of thought about for a second maybe playing Charlie McDennis again there.
Oh yeah.
Because
I don't know if we could have taken that.
Well, yeah, I was thinking about it because even before we played at your house, I was thinking maybe we should save it for Highland Gardens because that just to kind of just because like we did like stupid stuff all the time at the hotel, and we're kids and we're just like stupid and wild or whatever. So I was like, well, let's save all the debauchery for that. But then I was like, I don't know, because also I knew Tyler would be there, and I know I didn't think he'd want to be a part of it. And I was just like, I didn't know exactly what was going to happen, and maybe we just wanted to hang out or reminisce. I don't know, whatever. And so I was like, maybe we'll just play it Friday just in case, and then see what happens Saturday. But yeah, so I thought for a second, I was like, maybe we should play it again just to kind of re-embrace the craze that we used to have there. But then, yeah, I think we were just like, we were so exhausted from playing it the first time, and it's honestly it's a task. It's not something you could play all the time.
Oh no, it's not like a board game.
Yeah,
at all.
I was just like, I don't know, it's a lot. I think it's a lot. Let's just hang out tonight and see what happens. And although some events did transpire, but
overall like I have no negative. Like as crazy that sounds, I have nothing negative about it. Like I actually like. I thought it was great.
No, yeah, it was awesome. It was fun, and
even though and obviously, I mean, you know what we're talking about, but like certain things could have ruined the entire. Which
I think that made it better for you.
Yeah, I don't even want to say it even ruined the night because me and you still ended up on the balcony just hanging out. Like everything was cool. Like everything was like we just reminisced the whole night. Like so, I still think everything ended.
Yeah,
as good as it could have.
I think it if it was someplace else or something else was happening, it could have ruined the night. I think just because there was so much good memories and good times there, and we've been talking about going back there for years.
Oh yeah.
And I think we were just in the mindset of like, You know, whatever
Nothing's
happened,
gonna.
happened. And it got
Yeah.
resolved pretty quickly, too, so whatever.
Yeah.
But we're just like,
Yeah.
let's not let anything like this ruin the night. Let's just
Exactly.
move past. Yeah, and we
Oh,
stayed
that
up
would.
for hours past that.
Yeah, because it would have been a shame to like waste that opportunity to like experience it again. You know.
Yeah, and it was kind of earlier, not early, but for us, or at least for the night, it was kind of early on to. If we did let it ruin the night, we still had the hotel. So it's like we would have just sat there for 6 hours and did mad or went to sleep.
Yeah.
It would have been stupid. So we're like,
Yeah.
let's move past
Like
it.
it's all good.
We got plenty of beer left. Let's just go outside, listen to music, and do what we do. And we even got in. We got in a few altercations with the security guy there.
God.
He was just looking for something, man. He was mad at himself.
Man.
That was funny though.
Like, and which goes back to what you were saying is like,
Even that didn't ruin it for that. I thought
No.
that was kind of fun to me because it was,
I thought
just
it was
so
fun.
stupid.
Yeah, because you just got to be goofy with it. It's that point whenever somebody is being so goofy and ridiculous, you can just find the humor in it and like just poke fun at them. But anyways, that was a freaking.
We even
that
made
was an
friends
amazing-
with the neighbor.
Oh, that's
Remember
right.
he hung out for a while. We
Yeah.
gave him some beers.
Yeah,
We listened to some of his songs.
yeah,
But
Yeah,
that was a really good weekend. It was
that was
it was wild one night and nice, relaxing, and reminiscent the next.
yeah.
I lost my topic list. What else did I have here? You got something? While I look
Well,
for this.
there's the big one, but if there's anything in between there, any small stories, any small.
Oh, okay. I got one small mention and one kind of small story.
Okay.
I don't have a segue for this or anything fancy, and nowhere to go, no way out of it. But I wanted to mention real quick, our old bass player Shane. Why do you look so? Well, okay, so we were talking about trying to get him on this show at some point in the future, just to see where he's at, see what's new, say hi. If we could find him, because as we mentioned, we don't know what happened to him. And I would at some point like to get all of our past members on here. Get Storm, of course, we need him on here. Kind of sad we didn't get him on the one where we talked about him for like an hour. It would be cool to get to see where like Quentin and Steve's at and all those people. But yeah, so we're talking about trying to maybe get Shane on here at some point. And it's funny because as we mentioned before, we just completely lost track of him. We have no idea what happened to him for a long time. And all of a sudden, one day,
I was looking
I
at
get stabbed in the back by the greatest band of all time, Motley Crue, and they say, they say, "Ha, just kidding. We're gonna blow up our contract and come back." I'm not exactly sure that's how that works, but they signed a contract that they themselves.
I'm gonna eat my contract.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much what they did. They signed a contract that they themselves wrote, so I don't know how legally binding it was in the first place to begin with. But either way, I was a little disappointed and upset that because I thought if any band would retire and say we're really done and we're not coming back, they would be the ones.
Dude, I actually
they proved me wrong a lot quicker than I thought.
I actually believed them.
I did think like maybe they would at some point. I didn't think it would be like 2.5 years. Or 3 or however many.
Well, I thought if anything, it would be like a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, something like that.
Well, yeah,
like a one-off.
Yeah, they even mentioned that when they were doing the signings though too, because the contract was I think just they couldn't tour under the name Motley Crue. But they could. I think they even mentioned like it's possible they'll do one-off shows. They even said they'll probably still come out with music here and there. It was just like they weren't going to tour anymore under. At least they weren't legally allowed to under the name Motley Crue, and I backed them up. I hate to sound like that gullible schmuck, but I just thought if
I believed it too.
because I mean so many bands say that, and I'm always just like, yeah, right, whatever. And I'm sure I was just I had my graduation goggles on about it, and just because they're my favorite band, and I was probably just like fanboy, like, oh, they're not gonna do that. But
well, the reason I believed them was because I put myself in Nikki's position of like, can you imagine how embarrassing it would be if I said, never mind, I'm coming back?
Yeah.
And I thought Nikki's never going to let himself be that
exactly,
embarrassed.
and it really made sense at the time too, because Tommy was like super into like electronic dubstep, and like he was on his different venture. Nikki had like 5 different projects going on.
It's the perfect time to quit
he had
Motley.
books, he had 6 a.m., he had his photography, his wife had like her clothesline or shoe line or whatever. Now she has like some flower design, I don't know what she does.
Yeah.
And Mick is like dying and looks like he can't hold a guitar anymore, and I think he's just tired. Vince was all invested in his solo band, and like it really just felt like everyone was ready to move on and do their own thing, and I was cool with that. And it really did seem to make sense. And like you said, I felt like Nikki would be that person too, where it's like I can't go back on that. But unfortunately they did, and I was sad, a little disappointed, and I honestly was considering not going.
Yeah, me too.
The only thing that was making me be like I might go, which I'm still unsure if I'm gonna go. I probably will, because I'm probably gonna end up going with you, but is the only thing that made me be like, all right, maybe I'll go, is for one, I want to take my daughter. Like if we get like a back seat somewhere, although I do want to go in the front if I go with you for a reason I'm about to mention. But the other reason is because my wife has really been wanting to see Def Leppard for a long time, and we keep missing it, and now they're touring with Motley Crue, so I was like, I mean, I guess
perfect.
Yeah, why not? But anyway, so that's a nice long tangent on, as I said, it was a short little something I mentioned, but so
that's what this whole show is about.
We should just change the name of the show to
Tangents.
Rambling Tangents.
Welcome. This is Ramble, and I'm Tangent. Welcome to
Hoyts and Ramble. Hoyts and Gamble. That was stupid. Scratch that. Cut that. Oh, we're live. So when they first announced they're coming back, obviously I was like, ew, and I was mad and angry and all that.
Yeah.
And so finally they came out with dates, and they had this flyer, and on the flyer was a picture of the opening band. I don't remember what they're called. Mark probably does, but
Tuck Smith
and the Funky Bunch.
And the Funky Bunch. That's exactly right.
Tuck Smith something. Anyway, so we see this flyer, and lo and behold, to our astonishment, there on the very left side, still looks the same, just with a little more teased hair, freaking Shane Rickerson, original pre-first base player of the band, opening for freaking Motley Crue and Def Leppard, and
on a stadium tour.
Yeah, we're just like, how did
this is where you went?
Yeah. This guy just like disappeared from the band. No one's heard from him in like 2 or 3 years, and he just pops up on a flyer opening for Motley Crue. So I gotta say, congratulations to you, Shane.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for you.
Well done, buddy.
And because of that, I'm now planning to try and go in the front row so I could support and see you, and maybe see if you actually recognize us. And I just want you to remember, when we're there, where you came from.
And we still have your bass amp.
We still have your bass amp.
I'm looking at it right now.
And maybe we could get him here on the show, interview him about it, and then he could get us some free backstage passes. I don't know, just spitballing.
It's all we're asking.
Just spitballing.
Yeah. Just come on to our channel with 4 views.
Yeah.
And give us...
I guess, yeah, let's... We're celebrating today.
We are.
Not just because the return of Cold Ones,
but there's a reason for the return.
Oh,
of
you know
cold
what we
ones.
didn't even mention about why we started today?
Oh,
We were
Oh, it
supposed
is
to,
today.
We were supposed to mention this at the well, it's tomorrow technically, but
okay,
Cold
yeah.
Ones is a Friday show, so we did it today.
Friday show.
But I was gonna mention this at the beginning, and I totally forgot. Happy 1 year anniversary to Cold Ones. We've done it. I already have an open beer, but I need to open a beer to that.
All right.
And I hope you have another beer because we have to open another beer to the next announcement. So, happy
Okay.
1 year anniversary to Cold Ones. Here's to you. Thanks everybody who is watching, has watched. Yes, cheers. Comments, supports, or just whatever. Even though
Just
there's
be here.
only been 10 episodes and a side special episode, and this is number 11. But if you think about it, in the first series of episodes, we kept calling it a season. And it kind of makes sense because usually there's like 10 or 11 episodes in a show. And then there's like a year break. And then the next year, season 2. I would like to say that's what we're doing, but we're not. As of today, we're planning to just indefinitely keep going weekly whenever we can. Obviously, once shows and stuff pick up, if we have a show during this time slot or something, we probably can't record it. But we're planning to keep going.
But if we know ahead of time, we can always do a pre-record. We can do something like that.
Or start-
There's always going to be content,
Or start early.
which is
Or mobile live from the
a
show.
great. You might get a little band stuff on accident, but nothing wrong with that.
That's okay. So that leads kind of into the next topic.
Yes, it does.
Big step in Mark's and Jake's future, and Cold One's future as well, and another reason to celebrate. I'll let you take the reins on this one, Mark,
All right.
because it started with your brilliant idea.
Well, hopefully, we'll see. So, as of today, we just put out a website that we want you all to check out. It is called breakoutmusic.tv. All right, so what that is, and we'll get more into it and the details and stuff like that. But basically,
We're entrepreneurs, baby.
we're entrepreneuring. Is that a verb?
It is now. It probably is. I'm sure someone said it before.
So basically, the whole premise of this website is that you get all these, and I'm not going to name names, but you get all these.
I'm going to cut you off for 1 second. I'd like to mention up front that this thing that we're about to explain to you is not a product of Leather Duchess.
No.
It has nothing to do with Leather Duchess. Leather Duchess will be a part of it, but it's something separate that me and Mark have decided to pursue together. And so Leather Duchess will be a small part of hopefully the bigger picture one day, but it's not specific to the band.
Exactly.
All right, continue.
Yes. Good point. So this website is basically, it's for bands. What do we say about it? It's not just for fans, but also for bands, right? So our whole thing is there's bands that are like our style or like our type of music that we like, very unrepresented. I mean, you get online and there's, again, not going to say which websites or whatever, but there's all these news articles and stuff about bands that like they're already popular. They've already sold millions of records. It's like, I know how to find out what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need all that stuff. Like, they're fine. But what about these bands that I know could do so well? We've got many friends that are in bands that if only they had some more light shined on, they could do so much better. So anyways, the website is basically about that. It's like we want to just think of like a news channel. So this is basically a network. It's all video based. It's it'll be a Monday through Friday. I don't know how many shows we're gonna have right now. We're just kind of taking it step by step. Cold Ones will be on there, and basically we want bands to start. We want to build a roster of bands, that need the help and stuff like that.
It's kind of the more we've been working on it and thinking about it, it kind of seems like a management / promotion company, but without any with a little extra, and also without any obligations or contracts. Like we're not like a label trying to sign bands. We're specifically looking for bands similar to us. Like it's not gonna have anything to do with like Motley Crue and Metallica, like big bands like that. It's bands similar to us or our level, maybe a little bigger even, that are looking for extra exposure, or just want to be, even if you have an idea for a show similar to Cold Ones, or even it doesn't have to be like a I guess podcast, if you want to call it that.
Type of,
Just, if you have an idea of a show or something like that, we made this website where we're hosting all our own videos. We're gonna have live shows, live streams. We're gonna have paid events. We're gonna have festivals. A lot of things in the works. If you want to check out the website now, it's live right now. Like Mark said, it's breakoutmusic.tv. It's still under construction. I'm building it myself and am in no means a professional web builder, but it's coming together. There's not much of a members area yet. I was having some issues with some stuff, so I kind of hid it from the web page at the moment till I get it figured out. But you're welcome on there. If you want to be a part of it, have some ideas for shows, let us know. I'll let Mark try to explain a little bit more.
I mean, that's pretty much the whole thing. Like, it's just basically a giant advertisement for bands like us. There's so much that all these bands can do, as far as videos and stuff like that, and the personality too. We've talked about that a lot too. A lot of our friends in these bands, they have great personalities, hilarious, great musicians, of course. But eventually, like you said, if somebody feels like they can take on a show by themselves or something, we'll get a premise going for you, or if you got an idea or something like that, and maybe we can make it. Because basically we want this to be, like I said, like you think of news channels where it's different people have their own channels and stuff like this, what they do. Like we've even talked about checking out people's rehearsal spaces, and it's just all kinds of stuff, interviews, all kinds of stuff. So it's going to be very, I mean, it is video based. It's all .tv.
.tv. That's why we picked that extension. We could have went with .com, but we thought the TV was kind of cool because it's kind of like a TV station.
Yeah,
it's kind of, think about like Disney Plus, or even the Paramount one that just came out. It's like it's gonna be all shows or products, and it's not even gonna be anything that we own. Like if you create something on there, it's yours to create. We're just basically, if you want to be a part of our roster, we're basically going to host it, and like obviously we'll talk about the details and stuff with you if you want to do something about that. But I guess what we should mention, Cold Ones is going to be permanently moving to the website. Probably not next week, but the following week.
Yeah.
So next week it'll be on this live stream's actually on the website right now as well, but it is right now, it's just embedded from Facebook. So if you watch it's not, I don't think it's exactly lined up or anything at the moment. With the, like, it's kind of messed up because I set it up literally like 2 seconds before we started. As number 11 was ending, I was trying to get it to make it work, but so it might look stupid at the moment, but I promise it'll look better when we're actually permanently there. But
Make sure to go and even just right now, like even just go check it out. Because like you said, it's streaming from there right now. So right now, since it's on both, you might as well go check it out and stuff like that. All you got to do is just subscribe, just an email name, whatever,
I mean,
and then from there, an email,
make an account.
make an account, log in, just log in.
Yeah.
Uh,
For most of it, you could actually look at without an account. Like the home. This is right now streaming on the homepage, which you could watch without an account. The only thing is the shows page you can't watch without an account, which right now it's only Cold Ones because that's all we have. So we're gonna have to start off, because it's only me and Mark at the moment until we start recruiting some people. It's just gonna be Cold Ones on Friday, and then I think starting the week when Cold Ones is officially on there, we're also gonna start an interview show on Mondays, because you might notice on Cold Ones here, we don't really have guests on very often or ever. We've only had Luca and Tyler and Sean,
Yeah.
which are past band members. Cold Ones is mostly a little bit about our band Leather Duchess, which is why it's Cold Ones with Leather Duchess. And then just a lot of just us talking,
Just
personal
random
stories,
talk, yeah.
just whatever. So that this show is going to stay the same, but it's going to be specifically on the website. And then Mondays, we're going to have specifically interviews. So we're going to pull a new band every week that's somewhere around our level or close to it. And just try to put new bands out there, try to meet new bands, and maybe get some of them on the roster that want to be a part of our new venture, I guess.
Yeah.
And maybe if they want a show or something, I don't know. But yeah,
Basically,
so we're trying
we're just-
something new. We'll see what happens with it.
We're just trying to get those good bands' names out there. Just try to push those names as much as we can. And I figure this is probably the best way to do it. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, so right now, if you watch this live stream on the website, it's, as I said, it's embedded from Facebook, so it'll still have like all the Facebook buttons and all that nonsense. And but once we start hosting it strictly through the website, it's going to be all through the website. It's not through any other website. So all that'll be gone. It'll be like a straight video. You can comment directly on the video while we're live. And then it'll eventually be uploaded to the series page or whatever I called it.
Let's go back.
Yeah, so we literally just started talking about it like 2 weeks ago, and it's something I've been thinking about for a while as well. I just never really put it out there, and Mark decided to talk to me about it, and I was like, heck yeah, I've been thinking about this too, and we kind of just jumped on it immediately. And 2 weeks later,
got the website.
we put our website live, put it together as best as we could at the moment. There's definitely a lot of improvements that need to be made. There's probably some bugs and stuff in there. If you find anything, let me know, and I'll work on fixing it. It's definitely going to be a big work in progress and big learning experience. We're by no means professionals or know what the hell we're doing, but we're just hoping for the best and hoping to help people out and network and meet people. And yeah.
We're gonna make the it'll be a good little experiment to see what happens. It should be like you said, it should be a fun thing to get all these bands together, interact together, and like we've said, there's gonna be a lot of crossover between different bands talking with other bands. You know, like we said, it's not a Leather Duchess thing, but you know, like somebody will probably be running an interview with another band, or another band might be interviewing whoever.
Yeah. So as of right now, Cold Ones will be on there, like I said, which is with Leather Duchess in the title. So that's Leather Duchess being a part of it. But the interview show, even though I think it'll probably still be me and you, at least for now, until we find something better. That for now it'll be me and Mark, but it's gonna have nothing to do with Leather Duchess. Like, we probably won't talk about our band that much at all, unless we're like talking with someone
in context.
Yeah, you know. But we're not gonna be like, it's not gonna be any band update stuff or anything like that. So yeah, we just want to make that clear. Like, it's not us just trying to promote ourselves, basically.
No.
Um, so it's probably going to start off with mostly our friends, bands, and people we know. But the idea of the interview show is eventually, once we get past all the people we do know, we want to start getting into other bands we haven't discovered yet and trying to, for ourselves, find new bands that are pretty cool that we should know about, and then try to push those bands out there for you guys to also be like, oh, that's a pretty cool band. Let me check them out. Like, what was that one you saw? The No Tell Motel.
Oh, yeah, I'd never heard about them before. The Black Diamonds.
Yeah, they seem really cool.
Seem pretty cool.
That band from India, I forgot what they were called.
Oh yeah, that was
guy,
really cool.
Freaking monster voice.
Yeah. There's all kinds of bands that we're finding out that
already.
Wow.
We just tried as we were putting this together, we were researching a few bands to see who we could try to interview after we're done with messaging all our friends. Also, because we want to message multiple bands at a time in case one of them can't make a date or whatever. We'll have enough lined up for a weekly thing. But already we're discovering some pretty cool bands we never heard of. So,
but for a second, let's also throw in there the idea for the live stream. So we do. We're still working out details on how often and all that right now. But one of the main things we want to do with this project is live streaming from this website. So bands on this roster, obviously, like there'll be like one band, and I'm just throwing out there maybe once a month or whatever, we want to do like a live stream. I'm not saying for sure, but that's at least what we're working with.
And we're talking about like a musical performance. I think we got to be a little specific because we're going to have live stream shows like this as well. So
that's true too.
Yeah, we're talking about
live is a
live
common thing on there.
Live musical performance.
Live stream concert.
There you go.
Like, let's say, for instance, if we did Storm Miller's watching.
Hey, what's up, Storm Miller?
What is up, Storm Miller?
Thanks for stopping by. Welcome back to Cold Ones. I know you've been here before.
Oh yeah, he showed up many times.
I got some of these for you.
One of the best guys ever.
I know he likes the Miller Lite too.
Yeah, he likes the Miller Lite. So we definitely want to do like the live stream concerts in addition to all this stuff as a special. It'd be like a special. We pick, like, not we, but however it works, one band a month does a live stream concert off the website, and if you're subscribed, whatever, you just log in, just check it out, just watch it, whatever.
Yeah. And depending on expenses, we're planning hopefully to be able to pay for most of it ourselves. So even if you're like from a different state, like we don't have to even be able to see you in person. We'll talk together about finding a venue. We'll talk together about getting all the live stream stuff set up, getting it onto the website, and then we'll stream it through the website. As of right now, everything's going to be for free accounts. Eventually down the line, we'll probably have some type of subscription service. It won't be much. It'll be most $10, most likely $5 a month. Yeah. First 10 people to sign up to our website now will get 1 year free of the subscription service.
And go.
Yeah, go.
So go ahead and say it one more time just to clarify.
The whole thing or just the first 10 people?
No, just the first 10 people.
First 10 people to sign up to the website right now, breakoutmusic.tv, will get 1 year of a free subscription service. As I said, right now, currently there's not going to be anything, but whenever it does come up, we'll automatically put you on the service and you'll get access to all that content free. A lot of it, and it's not going to be like our main shows. It's like Cold Ones will always be free. All like the weekly stuff will most likely be free. It's probably going to end up being like the monthly events will be the paid content, and then some behind the scenes stuff maybe.
Yeah.
And there's a few other things me and Mark have been talking about wanting to try out.
Yeah.
And then we're also looking into venturing into the game show category. Still
Yeah.
music related, but like game show music.
Charlie McDennis.
Yeah. Hey, I'm down to live stream that for paid subscribers. I got to let you know what you're in for before.
Storm says, what's the website? It is www.
Storm Miller
Breakout.
is watching the new Mortal Kombat. Here,
Oh, okay.
here I'll type it in the comments so you can click
Okay.
on it. Tom Tumbry is signed up. Thank you, Tom.
So, Storm,
Appreciate
the
it.
Mortal Kombat. I want to go watch that Sunday. I think that movie's going to be a blast.
You can't watch it Sunday. We have rehearsal.
No. I mean evening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, y'all be gone.
I have to-
But no, Storm.
I guess it's not a link. I probably have to HTTPS that, but you can figure it out, right? Well, before you go on that,
breakoutmusic.tv.
before you go on that, I want to say thank you, Tom Tumbry, for signing up.
Whoa, really?
In case you missed it, right now there's not much on there. It's only going to be cold ones, but we will slowly be, or hopefully not slowly, but we'll be recruiting bands and trying to get more content on there. As I said, right now there's no paid subscription service, but if that ever happens, you will be one of the people to get a year free. So we appreciate you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much. That's awesome. That's really cool.
So you're gonna watch Mortal Kombat without me, huh?
Oh man.
Oh Jesus.
Oh Jesus.
We could watch it on a Discord call. We could share the screen.
Never mind. That's right. That's so much better than a 250-inch screen.
You have a laptop. You can do both.
That's true. Oh wait, that's right. I could just plug the little cable into the thing, and I'm learning technology. I'm learning.
He's learning.
This whole website thing, it's different.
It's different. Yeah, it's definitely a learning experience for both of us. I mean, like I said, I'm making the whole website myself. I'm learning code. I don't know how the hell to code, but I'm learning code. I'm learning a lot of stuff. The whole thing is going to be a learning experience. It's going to be one big mess. Don't expect it to be a perfectly fully functioning website right at the beginning. It's going to be a while to get there.
But that doesn't count towards your first year or whatever.
No, that's all going to work. I know how that works.
Yeah, that's going to be fine.
Also, hopefully the content will be quality. That's what matters. The website could suck balls, but as long as we got good content, and I'm not talking about our content. I'm talking about once we get a roster of people and they start putting shows and building things in there, hopefully it'll be a cool thing.
Yeah.
The initial goal right now is we want to have we would like to have at least during the weekdays, we want to have like one show, whether it be a live stream or pre-recorded, one show coming out like every 3 hours. So we want to have enough bands where
that's the end goal for sure.
Yeah, that have different shows. That's like the big goal for like the first year or whatever. I don't know, however long.
Yeah.
But, we want to have enough shows where different bands have different shows coming out, live stream, uploads, whatever it is. So like Monday, you'll have like 5 or 6 shows. Tuesday, 5 or 6 shows. And I mean, if we get weekends, that's cool too. But we want to have content out there. And we definitely want it to look like it's not just us pushing our own band out there.
Yeah.
Which it's going to be hard when we're the only ones there at the moment. But
yeah,
it's a process. We'll get there.
But hopefully, like this kind of entertainment and promotion and stuff kind of makes I would sign up if it wasn't my own band. You know what I mean? Like, as far as like, this is kind of in my opinion, it's kind of a cool opportunity to like do something different.
You're one of few. No, I'm just kidding.
One of the very, very few.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this could either be a really cool thing that a lot of bands take part in, and it could be a really cool venture, or it could just be horrible and just you and me. But at least we tried it. I'm okay with failure.
Oh yeah.
I really like how fast we've been moving with it so far.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we've ever, or even just me personally, I don't think I've ever come up or talked about doing something and then so quickly just doing it.
It's out there, yeah.
I think it really helped having the 1 year anniversary for Cold Ones, because
It did.
that kind of just need to sign up. Yeah, if you made an account, you're good to go.
Yes. Yep. It's just a little simple
Yeah.
sign up.
I don't know if you missed it because you just recently joined in, but after next week, Cold Ones is specifically going to be on the website, so it won't be on Facebook anymore.
This next Friday will be here still, but
yeah. So it's going to be, it's still same time, still Friday.
Same Bob
so,
place, same Bob time.
Not same Bob place, but same Bob time.
Oh, that's right.
Every Friday night at 9 p.m., we're going to be live streaming Cold Ones directly from the website. And you can comment directly on the video.
On the website and everything.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think I've ever moved so quickly on something where, like, I think it was 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. We talked about this over a Skype call. And I think he signed up.
Storm Miller.
You. That's 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10 of the free year subscription service. Thank you, Storm Miller. I appreciate you. These 3 Millers are for you.
That couldn't be a better commercial.
Oh, never mind. That one's already empty. What was I saying? I forgot now.
Why can't anybody's last name be Wiser?
Wiser? I'm sure there's somebody. Look in the movie industry. There's a lot of those, those interesting last names. Need to bust out a bass guitar again. Heck yeah, man.
This dude had the craziest bass ever. He's not only being my childhood best friend.
Let's get him on the roster.
I know, right? Just playing bass.
His show's gonna be called Slappa da Bass.
Slappa da Bass, man. We used to play in bands and stuff together, and he had the most awesome bass. Well, I'm in California, so maybe not. But it was the most Storm, would you say, like, obnoxiously in your face? It's like rebel flag, like paint job, like, right? It was intense. But he used to play bass. He's slapping the bass.
Slappa da bass, man.
That's awesome, dude. Thank you for signing up.
I'm racking my brain on what I was about to say, and I totally forgot.
Me too.
I remembered, and then I forgot again.
The slapping the bass.
It was something to do with I don't know. Let's talk about something else. It might come back to me. I think
the slapping the bass got to me.
I know. Tyler stole a show. Well, he didn't steal it because he came up with it, but that could have been on the site. That would have been cool. But it's also, again, Leather Duchess related. And I don't want too much Leather Duchess on there because then it's going to seem like a Leather Duchess product, which I don't want to happen. But so Mark taught you everything you know. Oh, dude, you probably suck then. No, I'm just kidding. Mark's great. It was terrible then.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you got the Warlock? I got a Warlock.
That's right.
Not here in my garage. Never mind. I was gonna pull it out, but I forgot the Warlock's in my garage. So I did a thing the other day. Well, this is about the show that Tyler took from us that he didn't take because it was his idea. But this is where it came from. So I did a thing the other day, and I decided that I'm going to build a drum riser for my drums.
Good.
Again? All right. I told Mark before we started this thing, because after we launched the website and all that stuff, and we're like, let's try to make this a cool thing and make the show a little more, not, I don't want to say professional, because it's still like a hangout and we're drinking beer and stuff. But he's getting a new webcam. He got a mic and stuff. I was like, let's make it a little more, like a show, and try to hold back the bathroom breaks. And this is the second one, so it's going well so far. Although it is hard to not go to the bathroom when you're drinking beer all night, but whatever. Anyway, so I did a thing. I decided I'm going to build a drum riser myself. And it's going to be like a portable one, something I could bring to gigs, depending on how long we have to set up and how big the stage is and stuff. So I went to the good old Home Depot. And, well, okay, so Mark sent me this video about this guy that made this portable drum riser using like buckets and latches. And it's like this thing that folds in half. And so I kind of went off that. I marked down how wide my kit is, how deep it is, like all the measurements and all that stuff, and how much of everything I need. And all right, he's back. And so I went down to the Home Depot. I got all the supplies. I measured out the wood. I got everything I need. And man, I was put in a very tough situation buying this thing. Mark, by the way, donations are accepted. So I wasn't supposed to go over $200 to make this thing. And so I went to Home Depot and I had my measurements. I got all the like wood planks. I went to the bucket aisle because, you know, the buckets for the stands. I kind of put them across like, okay, I need freaking, I don't even remember how many, like 24 buckets, maybe more. I got everything, went up to the register, and I had, you know, everything that takes place in the, so I had all my stuff like on my cart. And I was like, I'm pretty sure this is over $200. Hopefully it's not more than like 400. So they scan everything and she's like, okay, your total comes up to 780. I was like, huh? For what? And so I was just like, and she's like,
what?
She's like, well, this is like by foot and this is whatever. And I was just like, but I was in that situation where like, I was in there for so long gathering everything. I had so much stuff. There's like people behind me, and I could either be like, I'm going to pay for this, or, by the way, don't tell Kat because she doesn't know this. She told me not to go over $200. And I was like, I can either pay for this, or I have to be that person that's like, never mind, put all this back and leave. And I was just like, okay. And I just pulled out my credit card, which I just paid off that day. I had this credit card since high school. I had like $5,000 on it or something. I don't know. It was maxed out basically. I mean, I was making monthly payments, but I was doing like the minimum, so it was basically maxed out since high school. I just paid it off that day, and then I was like, God damn it! So I was like, I was just like, sounds great.
Sweet.
Put my card in, spent over $700 on this stupid thing, and
oh my god,
walked out there just feeling horrible. I was like, I should just. The whole time I was thinking I need to turn around and return all this crap right now, but I didn't stop. I just kept going. I kept going. Loaded up my car, got home. Tyler was there, and it kind of sucked because I was talking about getting all this stuff for like a week or two, and I was really excited to start building it, but at the same time I was like, just the whole time I'm thinking how much I spent on it. I'm like, oh my god. Oh my god. And yeah, but then you will not believe what happened next. Tune in next week to find. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no.
I'm just kidding. So, okay, so you know how we got another...
Sign up and subscribe.
Yeah, sign up and subscribe to the website to find out what happened next. You know how we got the next round of supplement checks?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So I got me, my wife, and 2 kids. So we're supposed to get like $1,400, I think, for everybody per person or something. Which we just filed our taxes, which is where I got the money. The tax return is where I got the money to pay off my credit card. Then we got our supplement check, which my wife took to pay off like hospital bills and stuff because we just had our second kid. And but anyway, so I came home and I was just like miserable. Like, I don't even know if I want to build this right now. I'm just so how am I gonna? I can't tell her. I was like, how am I gonna tell her? I went a little bit over $200. I actually spent $750 instead. I like tripled it, and I was like, oh my god. And so I went to get the mail. I came back, and I don't know why. I don't know where it came from. But I had, because we got, like I said, we got our tax return direct deposit. We got our supplement check direct deposit. For some reason, there was a check in the mail from the Treasury Department for $1,400. Like
Oh,
that,
no.
yeah, that
No.
day when I got home, I got a check for $1,400, and I was just like,
God.
I'm gonna take this, okay? And she's like, I was gonna use it to pay hospital bills. I was like, I'm gonna take it. I'm taking it.
No.
And I did the mobile upload, got $1,400. Didn't even tell her. I still haven't told her. I might tell her one day. If she's watching this, maybe she'll. I don't think she's probably asleep right now. But
Yeah, well, if she is watching it, you might as well go to that couch.
if she's watching right now, we're gonna have to pull the dodgeball out again. I'm gonna have to stand against the wall.
Yeah.
No, I don't know where it came from, but I got $1,400. So
Wow.
I didn't even ask her, because she was gonna send me $200 to pay for this thing. I haven't asked her for it. I was just like,
Yeah, I wouldn't.
no, there's no reason to. I'm just gonna keep it to myself.
You know what? Maybe you should.
No, I can't. I can't. Because then she's gonna be like, "What do you need that for? What'd you do with the $1,400?" I freaking bought a website, bought a domain name,
Yeah.
a couple other things, going to rehearsal, bought a keg.
I paid people off to sign up on our website.
Yeah. Next person to sign up to the website, $500.
I sent Storm Miller $600.
Yeah.
Like-
Just because his last name.
Mhm.
Just because I thought he owned the company and he'd send me beer. Yeah, so that's how much that costs. So I hope you enjoy. I hope we could use it. That's what I hope.
No, we're gonna use it. No, I like your idea. Screw those little places. No, No,
Yeah,
I see a lot of live streams coming our way.
Yeah, just
Which is another good thing about this website. We'll find the places. We'll do the live streams. I mean, as if any bands are watching this right now, whether you're rewatching this, watching it now, whatever, like a lot of bands right now, you know what I'm saying whenever I say all these venues, get in there, go, start.
Yeah.
You start in 10 minutes. Go. Well, like whatever happened to putting on a show and like doing stuff like that. So like we have this place to host live stream concerts. We'll rent places out and we'll do full blown shows. Not just we as in Leather Duchess. We want every band to give it their all.
We as in me and Mark will pay for the place.
Yeah.
And then we'll get bands in there. Which is, I want to emphasize, the reason why we're planning to eventually do the subscription service is not to put money in our pocket. It's because we want to be able to offer this service to other bands without them having to worry about paying for all this and paying for, or even pay to play. Like, how great would it be for a band that's playing at like a crappy dive bar to 10 people to be able to play a festival show where they get paid like $300? It's stuff like that, and doing the live shows. Like, obviously we're gonna have we have to pay for the website and all that stuff, which whatever, I'm fine doing that out of pocket without getting any money back. But if we're planning to do like monthly live shows where we got to pay for venues and pay sound guys and whatever we got to pay, if we want to pay bands, all that stuff, like,
It adds up.
That's the reason we're asking for the subscription service. It's kind of like, because it's a live show, there's not going to be actually people there. That's kind of just like us selling tickets as if you're just going to like a theater show. You're going to pay like $15. We're only going to ask for like 5 or 10, but we're basically asking that so we could keep these shows going and keep them at a cool place where it's not just like, oh, let's do a live show from my mom's garage.
Yeah.
Or even just
and we
even
want to
just
give
doing like Petey's place or something where they're gonna rush you. Like, we want a place where we could book like a theater and we could have like a good sized stage. We could do our stage setup. If we could book it for like 8 hours and have 4 or 5 bands where everyone has like half hour or more if they need it to set up their stage show and do all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's kind of.
We're in a local band, so we get the idea of like you want to do more than you've been able to do in other places. So if we can, like you said, if we can rent out a place and live stream from the website, or give you the opportunity to bring in your show, like this is your show. We're getting you on this show because we like your show.
Yeah.
Like,
Tom is asking metal, punk. I like both, but I am in a punk band. Honestly, we're not going to be too picky on that. If you want to be a part of it, send me a message. You could just send me one on Facebook. Or is my thing on? Oh, you know what? Here. Send me a message. There's my personal Facebook account. Send me a message there. We could get you on the interview show we're talking about, and then we could check your band out, and we could probably get you on the roster if you're interested in that.
Yeah, we'll go from there. Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, what I was talking about was no, I forgot. I said and then forgot. What was I saying? I forgot. I lost my train of thought.
This usually happens at the end of towards the last half.
We are near the end. We've been going how long? Almost 2 hours. That's pretty much the end. I did want to finish my thought though. That's my second train of thought. Of course,
yeah, man. I think you're hanging out with me too much.
I know, or just drinking too much beer on this show, frying brain cells. Well, bye. Oh, I can't remember. Yeah, we were talking about the show that Tyler stole that he actually made up. Okay, so I built this drum riser, and we filmed the little behind the scenes stuff, and then he filmed me building it and stuff. And so we're talking about building. We have some other ideas for our band that we want to build for stage shows. Like we want to. Well, I don't want to give stuff away, but we want to build some stuff. And so Tyler put this video on our Instagram and called it Tools with Tools, because we don't know what the hell we're doing. Like everything that we ever do, including this website, we'd never know what the hell we're doing. I think that could have been a cool show for the website.
Tools.
And it doesn't just have to be our band, just any band trying to like DIY stuff.
Yeah.
Tools.
And we've talked about that a lot, like building portable pieces for bands and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, so I didn't even finish talking about this thing. So basically it's I got some 4x8s. No, 5.
It's probably about 8.
4x8. 4x8s. Yeah, because it makes a square. Okay, I got some 4x8s that you attach in the middle by hinges. Put buckets underneath for the stands, and so you take when you're transporting it. I got a 2, 4, 6, 8 4x8s. So it ends up being a big thing. Anyway, you take the buckets off, you stack them all together, and then the platform folds in half, and they're all attached by hinges. What do you call those things?
Yeah, hinges.
Sure. Hinges and little things. I can't think anymore. It's time to end this thing. Anyway.
How about everybody goes and watches the video?
They all fold in half. Yeah, that's right. We do have a video of me making it. We didn't put in the video me setting it up or playing on, like testing it, but it's there. I'm sure it'll show up in some video. Anyway.
It's very convenient to just throw in the back of your car.
Basically, it's not that big. Yeah, you could fold
Think of a beer pong table.
Smaller than that. It's smaller than that.
Yeah.
When you fold it in half, you just stack them on top of each other. Put the buckets there, and you could bring it to any stage. It takes like 5 to 8 minutes to set up and tear down. It's pretty awesome. I love it. Especially after I got that check. If I didn't get that check, I'd still hate it today. But it came out of nowhere because, like I said, we got our money from direct deposit. I think it's because we just had our baby in December, And so they probably didn't send us money for the new baby. And then
Oh,
later was
for
like,
the new one.
yeah, I think later they're just like, oh, here, there's that. I think that's where the check came from. Otherwise, I don't know. I deposited it and didn't use it for like a month or so, just because I wasn't sure. Same thing with what you were telling me about your Budweiser check. I was like, where'd this money come from?
Like this can't be real.
I was waiting for someone to be like, never mind, you're not supposed to have that.
Give it back.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm not going to do anything with it. But after a while, I was like, well, no one tried to take it yet. So hopefully everything's fine. I paid off my credit card again. I have some extra cash. So that's that. Before we go, I do want to mention, I noticed for some reason, I don't know if you noticed this or why it's happening. I mean, I don't really care because I'm the worst at social media. But all of the band stuff that we do and upload, I know Tyler does all of it, but all the stuff we do ends up on the Instagram page. And then all the stuff on Facebook is only on his personal page. It's never on the band page. The last upload from the band page on Facebook is Happy Birthday Mark on March 5th.
Really? Oh, I don't know. I'll look into that. It's kind of weird.
I mean, we're gonna see him tomorrow. I could just ask him, but
Yeah.
I thought it was weird because like I'm always like whenever sometimes you'll message something about how you saw something he uploaded because I never check this stuff. So
Yeah.
you'll either say something about it or I'll just like see it on his page one day. And then I look on the band page on Facebook and there's nothing there. So I'm like, what are they talking about? And I look on Instagram. I'm like, oh, okay, there it is. But I'm just like, I don't know why. But hey, we got this Cold Ones episode. So there's an update to the band page. But after next week, it's not going to be on the band page anymore. So
we got one more here.
Yeah.
We don't know what it's going to be about.
Not yet. We'll figure it out. I'm sure we'll talk about our writing session this weekend. And if anything else happens in between then, let's go back to the split screen. But until then, thanks everyone for hanging out tonight. Last mention of it, check out the website breakoutmusic.tv. Make an account if you want the free year of the subscription pass. That's going to be at least $60 if it's a $5 monthly payment, or it could be $120 if we make it 10. I don't know. It really depends on when we start it and how much content we have and how much, if we get like sponsors, if we get sponsors and stuff like that for some of this, that would help keep the price down. Because then, like we said, we're not doing this to try to make money in our pocket. We're doing this to help bands out, and we are only asking for the money to keep the bigger shows.
Keep it doable for sure.
Yeah, basically. Because obviously, if we're paying monthly for bands to put on live shows and making $0, eventually we won't be able to do that anymore. So that's what it's for. We're not looking to do this to make a profit off other bands.
Yeah.
Because as you said, it's not just for the fans; it's for the bands. We are a band too ourselves, so we're not like those promoters that are like trying to do ticket sale and all this. Like, we understand the struggle. We've been there. We're still there, actually, to be honest. And we do want to help ourselves a little bit, but we also want to help other bands out as well.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's the idea of the website, and hopefully we could get some traction and momentum going with it. But anyway, so next week, same time, 9 p.m. We'll be
same
here.
Bob place. Still same Bob place.
Yep.
Same Bob time.
Yep, next week.
But
9 p.m. on Facebook. The next week, which we'll mention again, obviously.
Not same Bob place.
Not same Bob place. Will be exclusively on the new website. And I even made a sweet watermark, breakoutmusic.tv. And anyway, aside from that, thanks everyone for coming back to our Return of Cold Ones, directed by Tim Burton. Episode number 11. And I hope you all enjoyed. Before we got into the promotion side of the episode, we had some good chat. some good times. I'm glad to be back. I'm really excited to be doing this. Even aside from, obviously the website thing is really exciting. I mean, it's a little scary because we don't know what's going to happen. There's a lot of money being put into it, and it could completely fail. But at least we tried. That's what I'm happy with.
Yeah.
But
you know what? like you said, Cold Ones is back. I
Yeah.
feel good about it.
Even if the website fails, I'm very happy that Cold Ones has returned. And I think for the next year at least, Cold Ones will be on the website because we got the name for a year to see how it goes. And
Fair
if the
enough.
website fails, I think we'll still bring Cold Ones back to Facebook.
Probably
I
still
mean,
do
it's
it.
hard to say depending where we are in a year, but I missed.
It's definitely fun for us.
Yeah, ever since we stopped, I've missed it. I know Mark's missed it. We always have been talking about let's bring it back. And once we decided to start this website venture and this new project, we were like, this is a
Cold
great
Ones has
opportunity
to
to
be
bring
on it.
Cold Ones back. So yeah,
Yep.
we came back to Facebook here mostly to kind of just promote the website and tell you we're moving over there.
Just meet us over here. That's all
Yeah,
we're.
but it's going to be the same exact show, same time, same day. It's just going to be a different
Platform.
location. Yeah, different platform. Hosted strictly through the website, not through Facebook anymore. But anyway, thank you everyone for coming back. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for hanging out. Hope to see you all again next week. Unless Mark has any more closing words.
No,
See
well,
you.
again, thank you to you guys that signed up, and that's it. We'll see you next weekend.
See you next weekend.